Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 21st of May. Reading Psalm 74 today, the psalmist is crying out to God in desperation, "O God, why have you rejected us forever?" And he goes on to state what he sees. And he says, "Your foes roared in the place where you met with us. They set up their standards as signs." A little later, "They smashed all the carved paneling with their axes and hatchets. They burned your sanctuary to the ground. They defiled the dwelling place of your name." So clearly this was after the fall of Jerusalem, and the psalmist sees the destruction, and the foes are still there, and he cries out to God. And he sees no clear answer. We are given no signs from God. No prophets are left, and none of us knows how long this will be. And in that desperate situation, he just cries out to God. And then he states his faith, and he says, "But God is my king from long ago. He brings salvation on the earth." And he then goes on to, over a number of verses, say what God has done. "It was you who split open the sea by your power. It was you who crushed the heads of Leviathan. It was you who opened up springs and streams. It was you who set all the boundaries of the earth." And he looks back at what God has done and draws faith from it. This is who God is. And so when he calls out to him again, "Rise up, O God, and defend your cause," he's saying, I know this God that I'm calling out to. Now, his situation hadn't changed, but he could remain faithful. And we know from history that Jerusalem, it is more than 70 years before the exiles came back, and even longer before they rebuilt the temple. So the answer wasn't quick in coming, but he could remain faithful to God. And sometimes it happens in our own lives where we feel that things have crumbled, and we need to hang on to God, call out to him, "God, as you've worked in my life in the past, work again." It might be our country, where we look around us and we see a desperate situation. The world as a whole, we see this growing lack of faith and problems all around us. In the church, we see churches struggling. And what we need to do is remember the God to whom we call out. It might not change the situation immediately, but when we recognize what God has done, who he is, we can remain confident in faith, even in desperate situations, as the psalmist did. We don't stop crying out. We continue to cry out to God, but we cry out with faith and confidence. May you know that true in your life today.